So my brother was hard up for cash one day.
I'll give you $40 worth of coupons for a burrito with cheese.
And I'm like, I think if you donate plasma, they'll like give you money. And so we looked it up. And so he went and did it. And I was like, they gave you how much? I'm diving in. Let's go. So the one by us is Octapharma. And the big question on everyone's mind is like,
what's in it for me?
Right? And they are really not so forthcoming with that information. You see on their website that new plasma donors can earn over $500 during the first 35 days, which is true. After you stop becoming a new donor, the money goes down like quick. And I have all of those numbers. Stay tuned for that.
Okay, one more time until you're 18.
So here's a photo I snapped while I was there. They give you $75 first time, but second time is $125. That ain't chump change, my friends. It's because you need to donate twice before they can actually go through and use your donation. They basically have to test it 65, 65, 65, and then 90. So you have to get all of those like within 35 days. First time, it was like 3 hours to get in and out of there the first time for the 75 bones. I mean, that's like $25 an hour, tax-free. Hey, I'll take it. Second time, it was like hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And I got the 125. Hello. Subsequent times will probably be like hour and a half to 2 hours for the 65s. And I'm not sure I'm going to continue after the first month. I mean, maybe. And let's find out why. All right, this is the return donor payment sheet. So $35 for the first 3 within like a return donor month. So you've gone through your new donor period of 35 days. After that, it like starts the cycle over and you're getting $35 for your hour and a half, 2 hours. That's like what, $20 an hour? I mean, it is tax free, but
I don't know, sometimes.
Good news is, after that, it goes up to 50 for the next 4 donations, and then 60 for the last 3. So that's $485 across 10 donations. Each donation takes 2 hours. Then that's 24 and a quarter per hour. Tax-free? I mean, it's not bad. All right, I ran the numbers on the new donor pay schedule, and it's $550 if you do 7 donations within the 35 days. If you want to squeeze in a few more, you're going to have to go to the level 3 return donor program, which is $60 a piece. Not too shabby. But in those 7 donations, $550 equals almost $37 an hour. Granted, the first one takes 3 hours, and the rest take 2. Pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. So for whatever reason, Octapharma doesn't want you to see these pay schedules. Like, they're not on your website. Like, why would this not be on the website? Like, something's fishy. Something doesn't add up. Seems common sense to me to tell someone how much you're going to pay them. I don't know. You made it this far, you dig the vibe. So go ahead and hit subscribe. Despite the not so clear pay schedule, I decided to go ahead and donate anyway because my brother made a pretty penny. And I was like, you know what, dude, let's just go. Let's just show up and see what happens. I had to bring my driver's license, a proof of social security number. I brought my social security card and a piece of mail within the past like 30 days. Mine wasn't within 30 days, but the address that was on my mail matched my driver's license, so they were cool with it. After I gave my information, I had to watch a training video, and throughout the process, I got a lot of the same information repeated. And the training video was the first introduction to that. And it was a lot of health qualifications and how you don't qualify. Basically, if you getting freaky in the sheets, then like you can't donate. Like I mean, leave it to your imagination. They had some banging background music during that video, man. I think that might have been my favorite part. I was bopping. But then they went through the plasma donation process and like what happens and what they do with the plasma. They use it to make a whole bunch of medicines or like life-saving and stuff, and doing a lot of good stuff. After the video, I went into like this little interview room, and this lady like got a whole bunch of information from me, and then like took my picture for the records. I guess they will look at that picture whenever I go to donate, make sure it's still me. The world needs to see this face, baby. After the first little interview room, I went into a second interview room where there was a questionnaire set up for me, and I went through like 40 or 50 different questions. It took a good bit of time. The questions were a lot from the video from the first time. Half of them were like different ways to get freaky, like have you been this freaky? Have you been that freaky? Bro, I ain't been freaky. Like, daggum. After that, there's a lot of after that's in this process. I went to a booth with the dude sitting there. So the dude like took my weight, my blood pressure, and then he like did a little finger stick thing, got a little bit of blood, and then he tested it for iron and protein. That might have been like the most painful part, the finger prick. I don't know, here for like 10 seconds, and then it was just like annoying after that. After that, I went into another little room, which is actually next to the first little room, and they did like a more thorough physical examination. So someone had like a stethoscope and monitored my breathing and like my heartbeat and junk. She did like another questionnaire. This one was not computerized. She read off the questions. Half of those questions were about getting freaky. Yeah, they really don't want no freaks up in here donating plasma, y'all. She would read it, and then there's also a binder that which would flip, so you could read along with her saying it. They would list off certain qualifications or certain items that would disqualify you, and then like she would flip it over and be like, okay, name one of those 7 things from that I just said. I was like, oh snap, like you gotta pay attention to this junk, because like they really want you to know like what's going on. After the physical exam, they gave me an envelope with like the actual debit card in there. That's how I'll get paid. They'll just charge up that debit card. And so after that, I went to actually go donate, like the real deal. They sat me down in a bed, hooked like a needle up in my arm, and then they said to watch like a little LED screen, just like numbers. And so it would go from like 0 to 100. That's like the percentage of completion. And there was like a star. It was like, but then it was like crossing. Oh, so if like the star was up, then like I had to squeeze like, I don't know, a little squeezy thing. But if it was like an X, then like don't. And it was pretty easy to tell because there was a blood pressure cuff on me. And when it was squeezing, then it's just like the thing squeezes, then you gotta squeeze your hand. But if it don't, then no, you just chill and you just wait till it goes again. Is it painful? I mean, it don't tickle. I'm gonna tell you that. It's a decent sized needle, but like it hurt. Just like it hurt a little bit. I ain't gonna say it wasn't painful, you know? But like it is a piece of metal going into your skin. Take like your fingernails right here and just like pinch a piece of your arm. Just like pinch that part, and like that is about how it feels. Once it's in, it doesn't really hurt unless you're just like, you know, jostling around. But like yeah, but other than that, like nah, you just sit there and squeeze them. They got TV. I was watching Ghostbusters and junk. Like, yo, I was chilling. So the card they give you is just like a regular old generic old card. Like this is what it is. It don't even see your name. It says valued card holder. I'm gonna do that thing where they cover up the numbers so y'all suckers can't spend my money. All right, let's take a look at the app real quick so you can see I can donate today, and my next pay will be $65. It'll be the 3rd time. And yo, I got that 200. Yeah, we did twice, the 75 and the 125 like we've been talking about. They got some kind of store, you can get points. If you refer somebody, I think you get like $25. Send them that link. Octopass is you got to answer the questionnaire before you get there, or like as you're waiting in line. It'll either be like 20 questions or 40 questions, depending on how often you go. And they'll give you a QR code, and you got to scan that when you donate. The other stuff is just their social media links and some announcement messages that probably don't matter. All right, man, go get you some money. Go crush.